Well, hello and welcome back. This is quite the different view to what you are used to. Mum and I have arrived at the Anchorage Hotel and Spa in Port Stephens, and this is the view from our sort of little sitting area. Isn't that absolutely spectacular? So you can kind of see this here is obviously like your wharf where your boats are moored, and then you've got a gorgeous pristine beach just here, which we will definitely be going and exploring. You've got the gorgeous mountains. We've had a spectacularly beautiful blue sky day. And what I might do very quickly is take you on a little bit of a room tour before we go and get the rest of our luggage and unpack. So basically, we're on the second floor, and the Anchorage sort of has I don't know how to describe it, it's individual. I don't know if you might have seen a little bit of the clips when we arrived, little individual houses basically. So we are on the second floor of one of those, and we've just got a little seating area here, couch, table, we've got a little dining room table, little kitchenette area. TV here, you can obviously see all of our luggage. We've just arrived, and then this is the little patio area, and that is the view that I was just showing you. Oh, it's so beautiful. Look at the beach. Oh, I can't wait to walk over there. And so it's kind of the main area, and then if I pan around, and so we're in the 2-bedroom loft. So this is one of the bedrooms. So just mirror there, and then look at these windows, and look at that afternoon sun. Look at the view. Look at this view. Is this not absolutely incredible? So it's basically a 180-degree view all around over the marina. I'm assuming the TV is in here. Gorgeous big bed. And then we've just got, the sun. You're not going to be able to see it, but I was going to say you can kind of see the other little sort of individual Hamptons style houses. It's very much done in the Hamptons style. We arrived and were given a welcome glass of champagne or white wine, which was really lovely. Such a nice touch. Bathroom downstairs. Very nice. And then, as I had said, it's a 2-bedroom. So the second bedroom is upstairs. And given that we are here to celebrate my birthday, it's a bit of a birthday trip, Mum is going to go upstairs because the downstairs view is a little bit nicer. So up the stairs, and you can see it is a loft space, so you can kind of oversee the lounge room, dining room area. Gorgeous big bathroom in here. Plenty of space, freestanding bathtub, which is very nice. Your normal sort of toilet, shower. I love the tiles here. And then we've got TV, and Mum's just demonstrating there. We've got the 2 beds, so I'm just going to call and ask if they can kind of assemble them. I think they're like king single zipper beds, so I'm pretty sure we can just pull them back together. So I'm going to give housekeeping a call and get them to set that up. You've got your wardrobe space here. But yeah, so it is a really, really pretty space. But we're going to head back out to the car, pick up our last few bits and bobs.
You bring my bag with you?
Your handbag, yes. And kind of get ourselves settled in, get everything unpacked, get organised, and then we're going to think about what we're going to do for dinner. So I will probably talk to you once we've had a think about dinner.
Imagine waking up to this in the morning.
I know, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Waking up with darkness.
Yes, well, because the sun rises very late here, but the sunset is absolutely stunning here. All right, we have ordered burgers for dinner. We've got it takeaway. We're just going to come back to the room. It has been it's just been epic today. It's been like a 10-hour drive. It's been far, so we're going to head off and grab that. But that afternoon sunset is lovely. Rightio, we're back. We have burgers and chips for dinner. We're both absolutely starving and we are exhausted. So I'm going to eat this and then we're probably going to have an early night. So I will see you, I'm sure, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow for breakfast. I'm so excited about the breakfast here. I think it's going to be lovely. Well, good morning. Is this not the most insane view to wake up to? Oh my gosh. It's incredible. And the hotel itself is so quiet. I mean, there were a couple of little doors sort of closing in that early on, but I'm on sort of the second floor and obviously on the water side, and it's just insane. Absolutely insane. But yeah, I'm literally in bed, all cozy. And this is the view. Wow. So because we're so far south in Australia, they actually have shorter days here. A little bit shorter than what I have north. So the sun is rising at the moment and it's just before 7 o'clock. So it's not crazy early, whereas the sun rises probably about, I don't know, maybe about 40 minutes earlier where I'm from. And it sets obviously earlier as well. So yeah, they have the shorter daylight hours. I can't get over this view. And the water, it is so still. Obviously it's a port, so if I just zoom a little bit, hopefully you can see. Can you kind of see, like, it's completely protected by mountains almost, or land, I suppose, land all the way around. So the water is so still, it's not rough at all. It's just gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous here. The location is, you couldn't wish for anything better. I'm assuming this is the sun rising over here in that corner. Can you see? I'm thinking it's going to rise there. Wow. I'm very sorry I didn't talk to you much last night. It was a massive day. We were up at 5 and I think we drove for like 10 hours. Between the two of us, obviously, we constantly changed and took rest stops and all of that. So we were very safe in how we were driving, but it was a big day. And we sort of, got here and then checked in, and I think I told you yesterday, it was such a nice touch. You got like a welcome glass of champagne or a sparkling wine when we got here, which was really nice. And then got to our room and explored and unpacked and then had dinner and that. But I was so tired. I think I was lights out by like 9 o'clock in bed. I feel like Mum should see this. Alright, I'm going to actually go get Mum and get her. She can kind of lay in bed next to me here and we can watch the sunrise from the comfort of this bed. Oh my gosh. And just super quick, in case I forget to show you later. So this is the hotel. So can you kind of see, they're like these little houses, all these individual houses. And so I'm in a room like this one here. And so I have never been to the Hamptons or Nantucket. If you have and you're watching this and this is kind of like the style of the houses, let me know. I'm loving like the boardwalk. I'm absolutely loving all the boats in the wharf here. And that's obviously just the other side of the view here from my bed. It's just gorgeous. The hotel is so sweet and just, it's so cute. I love it. So you've got the beach, if you can, the beach is just here. And then we have that gorgeous sunrise on the water. Oh, wow. So I have a Mum here and we are just appreciating the sunrise. So Mum and I are just looking through the windows, and we're boat shopping. Just commenting. I think if I was going to have to spend a fair bit of time, like a couple of days on a boat, I'd need a big boat. So like we're thinking, like, see this one here? That's pretty big because I'd need inside space and outside space. Like when I was sick of being out in the sun, I'd want to be able to go inside and there'd be couches and that kind of thing. I can't imagine how much it would cost to moor your boat here. The location it's to me quite a prime location, but that gorgeous sunrise. Well, I was saying to Mum earlier, this is like the best way to get your morning sunlight. You know, they say you're supposed to get sunlight within half an hour of waking. This is a lovely way to do it. Oh, you probably can't see because of the sun on the camera. But if I zoom in a bit, how gorgeous is the beach looking, Mum?
It's lovely, isn't it?
How nice is that?
That sun will be gone soon.
I know. And this is our little outdoor seating area. I'm just waiting for Mum, that's all. And then this is the view. I said to Mum we should maybe get like some little snacky nibbly bits for afternoon, and we could almost have like a little drink and some nibbly bits sitting here and then watching the sunset like we did yesterday when we got here. But it is incredible here, so beautiful. And I'm pretty sure this area here is where we're going for breakfast. So I think we can kind of just walk out and then walk along the boardwalk here up to the breakfast restaurant. The day spa is also, I think, in that building one over. We will be visiting the day spa. I'm most excited about that. The building itself is stunning. I love the style. I love the grey and white. That colour combination is really beautiful. and very sympathetic, I think, to the location, like with the wharf and the beach and it being quite sort of, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a sleepy town, but it's not a huge, there's no big high rises or anything. So it is quite the beautiful little town. The main town close by is Nelson's Bay. So Port Stephens is the area. And then there's all these little towns, which we will definitely be exploring, and I will definitely be bringing you along. But Nelson's Bay is basically where we popped to last night to pick up dinner, and it's like 4 or 5 minutes down the road. So, but it sounds like Mum is ready. So I'm going to grab my handbag and let's go have some breakfast. The buffet is so good here. I've got my omelette with avocado, some bacon, I've got mushrooms, I've got my tea. Mum's got a coffee. She's also got a mimosa, so some champagne and orange juice. Mum's got sausages and scrambled eggs. You would have seen, I just showed you some clips of the buffet. It is brilliant. Lots of delicious sweet treats. And I didn't realise until I got back with these juices, they've actually got a freshly squeezed juice station. So I will go up after these ones and make our own juice fresh. But I'm going to tuck into this. It looks absolutely delicious. And so I've got my little sweet. I've got fruits, avocado and potato. I did end up making the freshly squeezed juices. I've got my tea. I've also got some tea just to take back to the room. Maybe we can have tonight before bed. Oh, it looks so good. Gosh, I will never get over this view. All right, we have freshened back up at the room after breakfast, and we're going to go out for a little bit of a day tour today. The Hunter Valley is sort of wine region, but Mum and I aren't huge on the wine drinking, but there's lots of antique stores and kind of just quirky little boutiques. They're meant to be really gorgeous historical towns. So that is what the plan of action is for today. We're going to, I'm thinking possibly until mid-afternoon, have a little poke around out at the Hunter Valley area. It's not far at all. I think our furthest point is about an hour and 40-minute drive. So we'll go there first and then we'll slowly stop at all the little towns on the way as we come back here. But it should be a really lovely day. So we're just going to get our bits and bobs together and then head off. But gosh, this view. So we're almost at our first destination. Look at the mountains. Mum and I are just admiring. Mum, watch where you're going. Mum and I are just admiring all of the mountain ranges. If I just pan across, Mum's just pulled over. It is so gorgeous out here. So much land. It is definitely horse country because everybody has a horse out here. So our first stop, I'm probably not going to pronounce it right. I think it's Wollumbi or Wollumbi. I'm not sure. I'm sure they'll tell us when we get there. But it's just a historic 1800s sort of village. So that's where we're going to stop and have a little poke around. Mum is hanging out for a coffee or a drink. But the drive has been so pretty. It is just such a pretty drive. About an hour, I don't know if I said this already, about an hour and 40 minutes from Port Stephens, basically. But very pretty countryside, and we're sort of headed in west. So we've come right out into the countryside. It's the Hunter Valley region, so it's a wine region. All right, So we've arrived at the little village and we're going to try and find a park, maybe even further down somewhere, and we could walk back because there's quite a lot of people here. And if they, oh, there's a driveway. Yes, there's quite a lot of people here today. It is a weekend day, so I get it. But we'll maybe head down that way and we can try and get a park down there. I know, I was just going to say, we're just here in Wollombi, or how cute's the little church. They've got antiques over there. There's a really cute coffee shop just down there, and we have got the most perfect day. There is not a cloud in the sky. I think it's about 16 degrees, so not really cold at all. It's just a nice freshness, but oh, it's absolutely sensational. So I'm just going to head into the general store here. Apparently they've got really nice like local bits and pieces, like chutneys and olive oils and that, so that could be really nice. So I did mention earlier, the Hunter Valley is a wine region, so you can kind of see here, it's on both sides of the road, but these are all your vineyards. We've passed so many vineyards already, but they're right on the sort of side of the road. You can obviously stop and do all your wine tastings, but many different types of wines throughout here. All right. So our next stop is at the Hunter Valley Gardens Village. So they've got a massive botanical gardens here, but they've also got like this really sweet little shopping village. It's very picturesque. It's all very manicured, obviously, and looking gorgeous, particularly in the weather like today. So we're just gonna have a little wander around, have a little poke through the stores, I think. Mum wants to stop and get a coffee and maybe a cake. And yeah, we'll just see what we can find. How cute is the little pergola kind of in the middle? So they've very helpfully done a little map here of what is available. Daisy Lane gifts. The Valley Pantry looks good. The Lolly Shop. They've got a pharmacy here. Christmas shop and toy chest. So we've just come to Ronnie's and we're sitting outside and we're just going to have a little pit stop here. Neither of us are super hungry, but Mum would like cake and we sort of thought we could maybe share some rosemary chips. I've got my tea that I brought with me, my green tea, so I'm going to have that, and we're just going to sort of take a moment, have a little pit stop here and take in these gorgeous views. Gosh, it's the most beautiful day. And then yeah, we're going to walk around and have a little look around the stores. All right, next stop. So this is just like a couple hundred meters basically down the road from the little gardens village. And this is just I think it's Polokabin is the little town, but this is just like its little chocolates, teas, jams, general store. So we just picked up a few little things from the chocolate company here. It is absolutely jam-packed in there. You could not get in. I wanted to look at all. They had salad dressings, they had mustards and chutneys. Couldn't get into any of that. It's that busy. Oy. So the next little town we're driving through is Maitland, and this is its sort of high street. I'm pretty sure it is actually called the High Street. Some of the buildings here are very cute. I know, it's very cute.
Which way am I going?
We're going straight through. Can you go straight through? Get into that lane to go straight through. In this.
Oh,
okay. Sorry, I'm navigation. That's my bad. I'm not sure if we'll stop here. I just wanted to have a little drive through the high street on the way to Morpeth, I think it is our last stop of the day. Oh, it's very cute. It's super like, can you see all the old buildings here? Oh wow, it's really cute. Very old town. It's got old buildings on both sides. Reminds me of Gympie, don't you think? Yes, Mary Street of Gympie. Alright, we have arrived in Morpeth, I think it is. So we're going to head to the... I know, we're both really excited. We've just seen baskets. I need a flower basket. I'm looking for a flat flower basket. But anyway, there's antiques. We're going to start with the antiques and then probably head down the village and just have a little look and see what they've got in store, like in the little shops and stuff. I did hear the Campbell store was supposed to be quite nice. Oh, that might be more like a restaurant down there. Oh, how cute are the repurposed bathtubs? They've made them into little seats. Ooh, baskets. Anything for me, for flowers. No, I want something flat. That painting is quite nice. Flower basket. Ooh, that's quite nice. I wonder how much that is. Alright, we are leaving Morpeth. Very pretty little bridge here over the water. Gosh, that's nice. I know, it's very, quite a rickety bridge here. I didn't get the basket. I think I showed you, I ummed and ahed about a basket in the antique centre. I've seen one somewhere else and I think maybe I get the one somewhere else. I think it's gonna be more what I want for the flower basket. It'll be slightly cheaper and it will match the other baskets I have. So I think that that's what we will do. And yeah, so we're gonna head back to the hotel now. Maybe have a little bit of time on the deck. Maybe I'll finish off my tea and have a little afternoon snack. We might freshen up, and then we're just debating about what to do for dinner, whether we want to get some takeaway and bring it back to the room, whether we want to go to a restaurant and sort of eat in. We'll have to wait and see how we feel once we get back to the hotel. But that's basically what we're doing now, so I will no doubt chat to you once we get there. And as you can see, we are back at the hotel, taking in these spectacular views from our little patio area here. I've got my tea, my little tea flask. I've got a cookie in there. Mum's got her coffee. And we're just, yeah, enjoying this view. People watching, boat watching. It's actually really fascinating to watch the boats go in and out from here. It's quite interesting. You can hear, I don't know if it comes across on camera, but you can hear all the seagulls. There's quite a number of people walking on the beach, hey?
Yeah. You might find that other beach might be really windy
because it's open beach. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether we drive by there tomorrow. So today's trip out to Hunter Valley was sort of the biggest trip that I've sort of planned for while we're here. But there are a number of little towns, Fingal, Anna Bay, Nelson's Bay, Shoal Bay. There's a few of these little towns around that I wouldn't mind going and exploring. So we'll definitely be doing that over the next couple of days and just kind of seeing what's there. But I definitely think we got one of the best spots. So we have left the balcony and we're just going for a little walk. We've walked along the boardwalk and we're just basically walking around to that beach just to see how far away it is. It's actually quite a nice little pathway, which is nice. But you can see the water just there.
They put those plants
Yes, in like the trees, yeah. So you can see the sun has set, and you can see the boats just here. That's obviously the wharf where Mum and I were sort of sitting earlier and sort of looking out on the wharf. And that is the start of the beach there. So we won't walk along the beach this afternoon because it's getting quite late and we'll have to organise dinner and that, but...
In my bed.
Yes, boy. Oh, don't get me started on the bed. But we've got like these sand dunes and stuff here. But I'm very intrigued because back over here, this is the path that we're walking on. I wonder how far it goes. I wonder if it goes all the way to Nelson's Bay, because that would be quite a walk if it did, like a good walk, I mean. You know, like you're having your joggers and whatever as a bit of like exercise. And so that's a great look there. So you can see wharf there, and then that is the hotel we're staying at. Oh, it looks gorgeous. So we just popped to Shoal Bay and went to Gianni's. I think I showed you their little logo there while I was waiting in the restaurant. And we just got some takeaway. We didn't fancy having to go into a restaurant tonight and make a reservation and that. So I got gluten-free spaghetti bolognese, and Mum got a risotto. It was, I think it was pumpkin, spinach, sun-dried tomato, feta, and something else.
Peas.
Peas, yes, that's it, peas. And you reckon it was nice?
Beautiful.
Oh, excellent. So we're just going to put a movie on the TV and have our dinner, and I will speak to you in the morning. Well, it has been quite the cozy day today. After breakfast, we basically just came back to the room. I think Mum's having a bit of a nap. And I'm just in my room, chilling, enjoying this view, and basically watching the boats. You can see, can you see it just coming around here now? So he just came out of this gap here. I've just been sort of reading and watching the boats come and go. Well, it has been a delightful day. I basically just sat and read and watched the boats for most of the day. It has been incredible. I have woken Mum from her nap, and we're going to actually try and go for a walk along the boardwalk, like I mentioned to you earlier, just to get a little bit of movement in today. I think that will be really nice, and then we can kind of come back and have our showers. But I'm hoping to beat this. Can you see how dark that is? I don't know if that rain is going to get us or not, but we're not going to go for an epic walk or anything. But yeah, just stretch our legs, get a little bit of fresh air. Might bring the umbrellas with us as well, just in case. So we've started our walk, and we've just sort of come right down to the end, obviously. And we've just seen this function space. How incredible is this? And because the sun sets over here, so imagine like having wedding dinners or a wedding breakfast in there and having that as your view. It's incredible, so pretty. So, yeah, the boat shopping continues. And this is kind of where we'll start the boardwalk here. How cool is that boat? That's like a traditional kind of one. And so that room there is my bedroom. That one right there. So the walk continues. That is our hotel there. Gosh, the water's really clear. And we're basically just walking on this little track here. That is Mum. We do have an umbrella with us because I don't know if that rain is actually going to hit where we are or whether it might blow over, hopefully. But just, it's like we're from the 17 and 1800s, you know, when they prescribe a trip to the seaside to fix all of your health concerns. Well, here we are at the seaside, breathing in all the gorgeous salt air. We are going to make our way back. I'm a little bit concerned that rain might be coming. If I just pan around behind me, can you see that mountain's completely disappeared now behind rain? So I don't want to have to do a runner and I don't want Mum to have to run in the rain. So we're just going to start heading back because we're obviously all the way down there. Okay, we got back from our walk and basically just chilled for a little bit, had showers, freshened up, and now we are heading out for dinner tonight. I am wearing my new birthday dress, the beautiful plum coloured one from Mayoki, but Mum will attest there was no good lighting in there. Yeah, there's basically no overhead lighting at all, which is fine, but not very good for showing dresses. So unfortunately, I cannot show it to you. But yeah, we're gonna go have some dinner. We're both pretty hungry. And so just at dinner, Mum has got a roast lamb with all the roasted vegetables. And they didn't do a gluten-free bun here that was nut-free. So I have sort of a deconstructed burger and fries. Looks so fresh and delicious. We are back from breakfast and we're just sitting on our balcony for a few minutes, have a little bit of a freshen up, and then it is a gorgeous day. So we're going to probably go out and explore, I think, some of the neighboring little seaside towns. And then this afternoon, I'm so excited, we have spa treatments booked. So that is going to be absolutely lovely. We'll have dinner. I think we're just going to get some takeout after the spa treatments. I'm definitely not going to want to go out anywhere, and I know Mum will not want to go out anywhere. So it'll be a cozy night in, but it should be a really lovely day. Exploring coastal villages and then the spa. So we've just arrived sort of in the main shopping street here. It's a really pretty little shopping street. So I've got lots of little clothing stores, boutiques. Mum's already having a look at sunnies. I think we've got about an hour parking here. Oh, you're right. Gosh, the bougainvillea is stunning at this restaurant. They've just sort of got it over this arbor, and then you can sit underneath it. Very pretty pink. So first purchase an absolutely gorgeous navy and like sea sort of shell dress, like shirt dress print. Very pretty, but I'll show you that when we get back to the room. Look at these trees. Look at the color. Oh, they're so gorgeous. Wow. The weather's obviously a little bit warmer here by the seaside, so they're still holding their autumn leaves. Goodness me, very pretty. So I made a second dress purchase, an absolutely gorgeous print, very Dolce & Gabbana vibes. I'll show you all that when we get back to the room, but we are headed up to Gan Lookout. I just wanted to get some gorgeous views over the area. So yeah, we're making our way up the mountainside. And I'll show you once we get up there. So we've made it to the lookout, and Mum and I were just commenting on, look at these plants, look at the flowers. Can you, oh, there we go, right here. I'm assuming they're going to open up very soon into gorgeous flowers. Wow, you can see the beach there, like the sand, and then the ocean. That's a massive beach. And then if I pan around slowly for you, you've got another gorgeous beach over here. You can see you can get some whale watching up here. So apparently this is like, they call it like a whale highway, the ocean here, and the whales migrate throughout the year. But this, oh, the light is terrible. So you can see this is where we are, and then they are the beaches that we can see. So instead of just driving around to have a look at one of the lighthouse areas, like the heritage lighthouses, how pretty is this? This little beach here. You can like sit. There's sand just down there from the sand dune there, but gosh, this is pretty. In the event any of you have never seen a pelican before, they're pelicans. Can you see? There's little seagulls here, or sitting on the ground here, but they're the pelicans. Look at them. They're big birds, very big birds. They obviously eat a lot of fish with those big bills. Look at his walk. He's cleaning himself.
Oh, sitting on the ledge of it.
Sitting on the... How funny. Look, there he goes. It's a big bird. Oh, he got all comfy. Look at them all sunning themselves. I'm going to pan around. There's people just here taking photos of them. I'm wondering if it'll help give you some frame of reference to how big these birds are. There you go. That's people for reference. It's a big bird. Mum has insisted that I get out of the car and show you up close. So I'm obviously not going to touch him or her, but there you go. That is, I mean, that's a seagull making that sound, but that is a pelican. The seagulls are fighting. All I can smell, I don't know, the smell doesn't come through on camera, but I can really just smell fish. It's very fishy here, obviously, with all of the pelicans. But yeah, look at him. He's a very distinguished... Oh gosh, the seagulls are fighting. But yeah, that's a pelican, people. If you've never seen one before. So we've left the pelicans and we're just kind of heading up this little windy road up to a bit of like, I think it's a lighthouse museum, and there's a little coffee shop up here. But the hotel let us know that it's a really pretty spot for like getting a coffee or just being able to have a bit of a look out. Oh yeah, there's parking here. Very good. So this is the little lighthouse cottage. Oh, there you go. First light was installed in 1872. The present cottage, built 3 years later, was occupied by the Maritime Services Board until 1985. Wow. All right. We'll wander up. There's Mum up there. Oh, wow. Oh, my. Look at the view. And so they've got tea rooms up here, and you can sit with this view. Oh, isn't that incredible? So this is the map of Port Stephens. So, to give you a frame of reference, we're staying just here. So you can even see the little wall where the boats are. So that's our hotel just here. And that's where we are now. So we went through Nelson's Bay, and that's where the shops and that were. This is where we are right now, and we're going to be heading to Shoal Bay next. And then we'll drive along to Fingal, and then Anna Bay's over in this area, and then we'll slowly make our way across. I don't know if we'll have time today, but I do really want to go up to Soldiers Point. That may not have the time today. I know. At our next destination, so we've just come to Shoal Bay, and you can see there's all the beach there, and then they've just got all your restaurants and that along here. So that's like the country club there. We actually had dinner, we got takeaway dinner at Gianni's, which we might actually do again tonight, and that's just a little ways down there. So might just have a nice little walk along the shop, see if there's anything we want to look at, and then we'll walk back along here, and then we'll head to the next destination. It's really pretty here, much windier this side than our side where we are. Obviously our little bay is a lot more protected. It's very pretty here. Sure if you're going to be able to hear me over the wind, but we're on our way just to a lookout at Fingal Bay, and so this is one of the beaches at Fingal Bay. But you can sort of see here, obviously with the wind and how the waves are that little bit rougher than where we've been staying at Corlette at the Anchorage, but it's very pretty here. Look at the views. And the water is, I mean, it's not going to come across on camera, but the water is so clear. Can you kind of see it over there? It's really like a better angle, and the water is so beautiful and clear. So I'll quickly just show you, they've got ibises here. So this is an ibis bird, and they are very friendly, as you can see. He's coming over because he thinks I've got food. I do not have any food for you, I'm sorry. No food. Just here. Hear the sound. I don't know if you can hear the sound over the wind, but they make almost like a bit of a honking sound. So we're still at Fingal Bay, and apparently there's a really nice lookout up here. So we've just parked the car in a little parking spot, and we're just going to walk through this little track here and hope we get a gorgeous view of all the bays. Wow, views are gorgeous. Look at that. You can sort of see all the beaches over there, the ocean. So this is the little lookout point here, and that, Mum and I were just saying, must be from where we are, how it's all sort of like a bay and protected. This here is obviously the open ocean, so this must be the opening where all the boats who leave out, like the marina where we're staying, they must come out this way to get to the open ocean. Wow. Potentially, yeah. Oh, there's whale watching here. what you can see here, whale migration, April to November each year. And see there, so that is Australia. You are here, and you can see migration patterns. We're now house hunting in Fingal Bay. How cute is this holiday rental? I love that style. I don't even know what style you would call that. Quite like a Hamptonese kind of country sort of side with like all the French doors. And again, it's not a white, but it's almost that light kind of caramelly color, and that's really cute. They would have nice views. The water's that way. So I'm sure they've got windows, no doubt, all along here that you can take in the views. Very cute house. All right, we're back at the hotel. We have both freshened up. We're in our bathrobes and our slippers, and we are about to head down to the spa for our spa treatments. We're doing a facial and a massage today, so very spoily. I'm looking forward to it so much. I think it's going to be lovely. But I'll bring the camera with me and we'll see what we can kind of capture. But obviously I'm not sure who else is going to be in there and things, so I don't want to promise to film anything that may not happen. Not sure if I've shown you the pools before, but there's two pools here. So there's this pool and there's one on the other side of the restaurant. Very pretty. All right, heading into the spa. Oh.
There's that boat out there now. See the one that left here? See him out there? He's got
Oh, yes.
He's saddle.
I don't know if you guys can you see that little boat just out there? That one. He just pulled out of the harbour here. He was in this bay here. We just watched him at breakfast. So we are back from breakfast, another delicious breakfast and another gorgeous day here. It's so gorgeous. It's like it doesn't even come across on camera because it's so bright. The sky is so blue. But it is our last full day here. So we've got a little bit more exploring that we want to do. We'll probably try and tackle that this morning, and then when we get back, I think Mum's going to have a little bit of a chill. I do want to go for a walk on this beach, and then whether we do a walk, like a bigger walk later this afternoon or not, we'll have to just maybe wait and see how we both feel. But it should be another gloriously chilled day. Mum's just getting herself ready to head out exploring, and I thought before I forget, because I will forget, I would show you the two dresses that I got yesterday. Very different from anything, well, not very different. I don't have anything like this in my wardrobe at the moment. So this one here is just a navy and white sort of shirt dress. You can see it's the button down here and it's got the really nice white piping, which I quite liked. Just with navy buttons. And then it's this very pretty seaside print with all your coral and starfish and shells. Obviously goes really well with the Port Stephens coastal vibe, but because I live in the coastal countryside area on the Sunshine Coast, it will also really suit where I am. Just a really nice, easy fit, really easy wear. The material's super lightweight. It's It's got a little tiny bit of a puff on the sleeve, which just adds a little bit of drama, but not too much. So I got that one there. I don't have the time at the moment. Mum's almost ready. So I'll have to try them on with you at another point. But I thought I'd very quickly just show you what they look like. So the print on this dress is inspired by Dolce & Gabbana. It was sort of an exclusive print to the shop that we went at. And they are all the colours that I love. Just slightly deeper tones with like the golds and browns and blacks. They've got little bits of cream, little pops of like pink and red on the flowers. It's just such an interesting dress. There's a lot to look at. I did try on, there was a gorgeous print in the dress, in the store where I bought the navy sort of seaside print. They had an absolutely stunning winter floral print, but the dress had long sleeves, and I've not been showing you all the outfits I've been wearing, but this is peak winter and I'm basically in all my summer dresses with a cardigan. So a long sleeve dress, I just would not get the wear out of it. But these dresses here, I will definitely get the wear out of. Obviously on holidays, but also at home because I live somewhere that's quite coastal. And then it's just a nice little sort of strappy dress. And it's got the elastication on the waist there. Very happy with both of those purchases. And this one, the other one was about calf. This one is a little bit longer. It's maybe sort of ankle length. So I'll have to try them on with you another time, maybe at the next hotel. Maybe I'll have some time. But Mum is basically ready now and we're going to be heading out to explore. So we've just stopped in Boat Harbour. It's like a little seaside village here. I've just come up to one of like the lookouts. So there's sort of two areas here. Yeah, but I just wanted to go over here. So you've got this gorgeous vista on this side. So this is the edge of Australia. So this is the Pacific Ocean that we're looking at. There's obviously ocean there, and then there's this little track, which is what we're going to just really quickly walk up. It's very windy. So basically, when it's in like the time of the year, the whales migrate. I think we talked about it yesterday, but you can see all the different types of whales and stuff that migrate through here. I can imagine that at certain times it is crazy windy up here. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, Mum's just pointing out. Can you see this little pool here of water? It's obviously where it's been high tide and then the water's kind of stayed. I mean, you can walk down there. But yep, that's the Pacific Ocean, everyone. It's actually fairly calm, the water. Careful, Mum. See, Mum tripping. I'm going to say that and then I'll trip over. I know, Mum's just commenting. If there's a snake here, she's out of here. So, we've just come from up there. Gosh, the sun glare. But we're just very intrigued by the rock pool. So clear, the water. Look how clear it is. Wow. It's gorgeous. But how clear is the water? It's like glass. Yeah, if you had like little ones. Just gonna walk up to the top point. sit up here and see the whales though. It just jumped out of the water.
Oh, it was a big one. Did you get that? See it?
Yeah.
It jumped right out again.
I don't know if you can can you see?
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can.
Huge frantic bird.
Yeah, I can see in the camera. Yeah.
You can?
No.
You can see them, they're out. The whales, that's the whale.
Yeah.
Do you want to? You can.
Why don't you want to?
See him?
Yep. That I got.
Look, there he is.
Yeah, I can see it.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, here comes his tail. Oh no.
And you can kind of see the sprays behind where it was.
Yeah.
The sprays don't really come through. Oh, they do a little bit on camera. At the back.
Others are further.
Can you see? Yeah, yeah, you can just see it now. Oh yeah, there you go.
And there's one over there. There's probably a hole.
It's just so funny because I literally just said moments before we go up here, how nice would it be to see the whales migrating?
Yeah.
And then there's all whales. Yeah, there's quite a few, yeah.
Yeah, see them right out
Yeah.
there now. They're moving along.
Can you see them? Out there? Look at them. Can you see that? Isn't that incredible? That is whales migrating through the Pacific Ocean. See them blowing the water? Can you see their backs? So we're going to leave the whales now. You could spend all day. You could sit on the seats there for hours and hours and hours just watching the whales come out of the water. I hope I was able to capture a little bit of it. Obviously they're wild whales, so they come out of the ground, they come out of the water unexpectedly. So anyway, I'm hoping I've able to capture a little bit of that for you. It was just magical to be able to see them like that, and just completely unexpected. I think I think I said it to you before we went up there, how nice would it be to be able to see the whales, and then they were actually there crossing at the moment. So yes, very magical and unexpected, and just such a nice thing to have seen. But we are onward to the next stop. Leaving the little fishing sort of beachy town of Boat Harbour, and next we're going to head to Anna Bay, and also I think it's just going to be similar, a small little town, little coastal town, and we'll just have a little look around there. And then there's a store halfway between Anna Bay and Soldiers Point that I want to have a look at today, so we might go and do that on the way after Anna Bay. On to the next walking track. So we arrived at Anna Bay, and I'm just walking up this little track. They've got a really nice lookout as well, so just making our way. So they have a little map. Now, where are we?
There.
Up That's where we're staying there.
And we're here now.
Yeah, so we went through Nelson's Bay and Shoal Bay yesterday around to Fingal. And then we went home, and then today we've been, so we started here and we came down to Boat Harbour, and that's where we were watching the whales and that here. And then we've driven across, and that's where we are now. So that's the little Port Stephens area where we've spent the last few days. Oh wow, this is a very nice lookout, isn't it? That'd be a lovely walk to do. Well, I wonder if that goes to that cliff edge.
Over there.
Yeah, I guess. Saying to Mum earlier, so like up over here on the dunes, they do camel riding through the dunes, and they do like horse riding, and they do ATVs and stuff. So if you're ever in the area and you're an adventurous kind of traveller, you can definitely do those things on the through the dunes and the beach area over there. So Mum has found a little seat here. Store that I wanted to look in. It is Bay Living and Garden. So I'm just going to pop in and see what they have. Should be homewares and obviously garden and things. And you know, I'm always in the market for a garden statue or a plant or something gorgeous. Look at the pots.
Wow, look at that plant.
So we're up at Soldiers Point, just having a little drive around, looking at the houses. This spot where we are now is like Sunset Point or something, I think it is, and the sun sets here over the water, so it'd be gorgeous at sunset. We're obviously not here at sunset. Well, it's a restaurant. I don't know if it's the yacht club, but it's a Mum's just pointing to this restaurant here. It's a restaurant there. Restaurant 2118 or something like that, I think it was called. They do like full like lunch and dinner and that, which would be gorgeous when the sun sets, having your dinner there overlooking the water. As you can see, it is very still. Not like the open ocean like before when we were at Anna Bay or Boat Harbour, but very pretty. Low tide at the moment.
See the big pelican? He's the leader of the pack there.
So, what's in front of us here is Salamander Bay, and this little bit here is where our hotel is, the Anchorage. So when we're at that very end point, we're sort of looking back over this way, but normally we're like where our room is, we're looking the opposite way. They've got so many gorgeous little bays everywhere, and just almost like private beaches, like there's just no one around. You could just be here enjoying the water, having a little swim, bring your lunch down here. Beautiful. So we're back from exploring. Mum's gonna have a little bit of a nap, and I'm just sitting in my room enjoying the view, and I think I might read for a couple of hours and just watch all the boats come and go. And then maybe this afternoon I'll go for a walk on the beach, and then we'll have to make a decision about what we want to do for dinner tonight. I've come for a little sunset stroll along the beach. I've also collected a few, oops, the camera will focus, a few little discarded shells here as mementos to take home with me. We've got a gorgeous sunset happening. Mr. Pelican and the seagulls. Gosh, I don't know if it comes across. Look how clear the water is. Wow. Alright, I might slowly start heading back and keep my eye out for interesting little shells that can no longer be used as homes for all the little sea creatures. Can't get over how clear the water is. As I said earlier today was our very last full day here. We're actually going to be heading off tomorrow morning fairly early. The holiday is certainly not over with yet. We've got one more stop for a few days, kind of as we make our way back home. But I think what I might do is end this video here, and then I will see you next week, and when we sort of head to the next stop, and I'll, share all of that with you. You can come along with us. It's very different to here. This has been just wonderful, just completely wonderful. It's been really relaxed, chills, calm, exactly what I needed. I have to say, hopefully I'll have the opportunity to come back here again, and I would probably do less. I've done a lot of the exploring now around the area, so we don't have, I don't have to worry about that. But I definitely would like to just do less early morning walks on this beach, maybe going swimming during the middle of the day, evening walks like I'm doing now, and just chill, enjoy this beautiful area of Port Stephens, and just feeling so grateful and lucky to be staying in a hotel where this is our view. So I do really hope that you have enjoyed coming along with Mum and I. We both always just feel so grateful and lucky that we can do these sorts of things, and that we both enjoy doing these sorts of things, and that we enjoy hanging out with each other and spending that time. But I'm going to slowly meander my way back. And then, in all honesty, I'm probably just going to be repacking, having a shower, and then we might get some dinner. If I film a couple of clips, I'll share them with you after this, but I thought that there was no time like the present to maybe just, end this now. Thank you, as always, so much for joining me. I've really loved being able to share it all with you. And I will see you next week for the next little leg of our journey. I'm excited about that as well. Both the things we were doing quite different. So it's going to be a very different flavour to this trip, like this part of the trip. So I do hope that you will subscribe and join me for that, me and Mum, for that sort of section of the trip. So I will see you next week.